We're back with Cage Chronicles after an insane weekend. Absolutely mental weekend. Probably the busiest one we've had for fights. 4 events, 2 states, 25 fighters.
25 fighters.
Roughly.
You just made that up?
I just can't.
You just made that up?
I just can't.
I was like, you just asked me before how many fighters. I just made that up.
Do you mean this is the intro?
So confidently. Yeah.
Roughly.
This is the intro.
No,
yeah.
We had like
We've gone back in time.
Yeah, we've gone back in time. So we had 18 on the altar. We had 2 on. Then we had 2.
So that's like 20.
23. Where's your maths? 2, 2, and 1.
No, 18 plus 2 is 20.
18 plus 2 on domination.
Oh, yeah, domination.
Plus 1 over East. Plus 1 on boxing.
Yeah. So what's that? 23.
Yeah, isn't it?
20.
Nah.
22.
Was it 5?
22.
I don't know.
22.
We had a heap of fighters.
Yeah, it was over 20. Over 20. If we say that, we're covered. Over 20 fighters.
So we had domination on the Saturday. Had 2 fighters on. Then we had on the same day boxing WA. We had 1 fighter on. We had a altar on the Sunday. And then on the Saturday we had the proving grounds over in Queensland as well. So sent Kev over with Jackson over there. We had Cameron coaching for the boxing WA, and then you with a lot of other people helped on the Sunday and the Saturday. So it was a bit insane. Didn't we have a weekend off, did we?
No. We didn't.
I'm tired. I'm tired this week.
Yeah, it was a bit of travel as well because it's a bit of a drive for the domination and the altar. So we were out there Saturday back, then back again on the Sunday. Yeah, my voice was a little bit gone by Monday, and that was probably just for me just chatting anyway. It wasn't probably from me yelling. So I don't know how you were because you were yelling a lot more than me.
So when you were in the corner with Courtney,
yes,
were you shouting a lot?
No. So generally, generally in the corner, what I'll do is say nothing. So like if you're there, I'll say nothing.
I know when you're with me, but I'm just saying.
If Courtney's there, I say nothing. So I let Courtney do all the coaching, and then if it goes to the cage, if it goes to the ground, then I'll start coaching. Yeah. So that's what I do with Courtney. So Courtney's in charge, and then if it goes to the ground, then I'll start yelling stuff there. So, which obviously in the altar wasn't much. So I think Jed was good. Jed's fight on the Saturday. So now we're going to the Saturday night domination. Jed's fight. So once they start grappling there, I try not to say anything because obviously you are, but I want to because not that I'm saying anything different. I just want to this is what I do. So sometimes I'll say something to you, I'll be like, he can't, he's got his arm, or if there's something that you can't see that I've seen and you'll be yelling, I'll be like, no, he can't, he's got his arm, or he's got the neck, or blah, blah, blah. And then you're yelling, and then sometimes I'll just yell what you're yelling, but I might say it in a different way to see if that gets through. He's not responding to what you're saying. I just try and say it differently so we're both yelling the same thing, but sometimes one gets through,
Because last time you were shouting just loud noises, and I was like,
no, I was really just stand up. But, so Jed's was good because that had obviously he finished that rear naked choke, which was awesome because he needed to work on his. We were kind of trying just back control and not rushing it and stuff like that. We were talking about before his fight, so that was great. That worked out. And then obviously on the Sunday for the altar, there was not a lot of ground stuff. So you were like, oh, why are you so flat? When we were in the breaks. And I'm like, because I'm literally doing, I'm just sitting there waiting for some grappling and nothing's happening. And when it did go to the ground, it sort of popped straight back up because no one really had great control or whatever.
Couple of subs.
So when they did, there was that good one. There was a guillotine, and that came right to me and Courtney, and so it was Jason had a guillotine, and so I got to coach him through that, and he was looking at me, and listening and doing everything I was saying. So that was cool. He was just like, oh okay. So coached him through that, and then Zach got the guillotine on Zach, except for he was from your corner. Yeah. And so I was trying to coach Zach out of the guillotine, but Zach got the guillotine. So that was he was pretty wrapped with that, I think, Zach, because he does a more predominantly striking. And then I mean, Irwin's was sort of a bit of striking, a bit of ground, a bit of everything. That was great. But I think by the end of the night, Brian Ebersol came into the cage and he's like, poor James, the jiu-jitsu coach. And he's like, there's like barely any jiu-jitsu. And he said...
Everyone was supposed to bang on, don't they?
Yeah, he said the same thing happened in Sydney. And he's like, I'm freaking out going, it's MMA. Like, it's MMA. Let's mix it up with everything. And he goes, we even tailor the altar is actually tailored, which I didn't think about at the time, but it is 70% grappling, 30% striking. So they tailor it like that, yet everyone still stands. But after sort of thinking about it, I thought, so it's not my fault because I'm the jiu-jitsu, the grappling coach. I think it's the wrestling coach's fault because you need the wrestling to get it to the ground, right? Yeah. So that means it's your fault, not my fault. But there wasn't much grappling. But
it would be my fault if anyone attempted to take down, but they were all just striking.
Yeah. So then I thought about it more, and I just saw 2-minute rounds is quite short to like, get in there, get comfortable, sort of finding your range, doing your striking, and then for someone to actually attempt a takedown or get it to the ground, and then get control to a point where there is going to be some ground game. It's a short amount of time. Plus, I think if you say you walk into a gym, an MMA gym, day dot, you've never done anything, everybody understands, like, a punch, right? I'm going to try and punch that person in the face with my fist. It doesn't, whether you're doing it correctly or not, every human kind of understands how to kick or punch someone. Yeah. When it comes to jiu-jitsu, as soon as you're doing jiu-jitsu, the first day, you do something, and as a coach, I'm like, no, you don't ever want to like turn away, and you're like, what? But it feels like that's what I should do. It feels natural to me to turn away. No, you want to face them, and you want to. Everything's almost the opposite of what you naturally want to do. Maybe it's harder to, it's a more harder complex to grasp, whereas everybody understands. I'm trying to like hit that person in the face with my fist, so it's a bit more natural. Maybe not doing it correctly, but jiu-jitsu is such like more so, or even takedowns and things like to get past the strikes and then connect to the body and then put them down.
I was impressed the ones that did get taken down because they all got back up and they all like really took away. We spent a lot of time on getting back to our feet as well. So that was really good, the ones that did get taken down. But most of it was striking. Yeah. So it's crazy.
So I think those things lend towards it being more heavily striking, you know. So, and a lot of people, if they've trained in the past and then come into the altar, or even people that start jiu-jitsu now, like this beginner's course I'm teaching at the moment, if I say, have you done any martial arts in the past, it's always striking. Like most people have done some sort of a boxing or some sort of a kickboxing or a Muay Thai, and then
maybe taekwondo, karate, them sort of things as well.
Yeah. So it's usually that sort of a background, and then the jiu-jitsu or the wrestling is unknown, like,
I think it'll change soon. I think a lot of people will in the future, like, when you're a kid and you do like taekwondo or do something like that, and then you go, I did it when I was a kid. I can give it a few more years. There'll be a lot of people coming through doing the classes in here, and they'll be, I used to do jiu-jitsu. It's just getting so much more popular, you know. But I think on the weekend we had like 4 different events, taking out the altar. Not talking about that, we had Jed on the domination. Again, it was a tough lad he was against, very aggressive.
Yeah. That dude was swinging.
Yeah, and Jed was landing some good stuff. He was backing up a little bit. A few things to work on, like for the next one. But then he did manage to get that takedown. We were screaming for that level and that takedown. Yeah, and he finally got it and took his. I knew on the floor he would be much better on the jiu-jitsu, and got the back, got the choke, got the finish, which was great. Aaron went against a really tough guy, very powerful lad. That was a back and forth. It was only lasted a round, but he did get clipped, which happens to us all. But I reckon, it wasn't anything for a skill level. There's just a few things to work on again, and he'd be back even stronger. Like he wants to go against tough guys, especially in the amateurs and that. So he had that fight there, and then we had Mace on Boxing WA. Obviously, I wasn't there, but I seen bits of the fight. From what I could see from footage, and he did really well against a really stocky, tough lad who was throwing bombs, and won the decision on his first one. Did really well. Utilised his like straight shots and his footwork, and then Jackson over in Proving Grounds was his first one as well, and he did really well. I watched the fight. he dominated the first round. Second round, probably lost. Third round, I thought he might have edged it, but he lost decision over there, which is what it is. But he got fight of the night, and he also broke his hand in like the end of the second round. Yeah, he's in a cast now for 6 weeks. So like he's a real warrior. Like kept punching with it, and even though because even in the corner he's going, my hand's fucked. Yeah, and then he just went out and just started smashing with it. So it really, I didn't know how anyone's going to perform on the first ones, but it really impressed me with what he did, and just like, I think he'd be one to watch, really, you know. And
I was talking to Kev, and what's surprising is over there for the amateur bouts, they're wearing 4-ounce gloves and no shin guards. Yeah. So it's not much difference from amateur to pro in that sense,
just the time frames, and then obviously elbows like rotational locks. But I mean, it's a big difference getting hit with the 4s than it is getting hit with like the 7s and 8s, whatever they're using. Really good props to him. Hopefully he heals up and his hand gets all better. And then the Alter, who stood out with the Alter? I mean, I liked all the matches I watched, but like, which one stood out for you? Or if you had to pick a couple, I mean, obviously I liked them all. I'm not, but was any stood out to you and was like, wow, that was really impressive? Or
it's hard because that was 15 fights on the Sunday that we cornered. Yeah. And then some of those were double ups from the gym. So I did find myself mixing matches together in my head. Yeah. Like even at one point I was like, oh, who got the rear naked choke? And then someone's like, no one did. And then I was thinking of Jed's fight the night before.
I was just thinking, no one got a rear naked choke.
And for whatever reason I was thinking of Jed with the rear naked choke. But I think it was just
the two guillotines, and I think that was it for like submissions wise.
Yeah.
And there was a couple of finishes with strikes and things.
There was,
and the rest went decision. But I was really impressed. Ardy was really impressive. Like considering like the size of the guys who were in there, like the movement he was doing and the shots he was landing.
I mean, that was a great fight.
That fitness was like really good. I was really impressed with that.
That was like, to be honest, that fight was, Ardy's like 162 kilos. Yeah. The other guy was like 140 something kilos.
146, yeah.
And we're down, your eye level at the cage floor, and then there's just these two big, larger than life guys with their shirts off, just going at it for 3 rounds, and it was like bananas. Like, and they were going at it, and they're like smashing each other up against the cage and hitting each other, and kind of, that was like, seeing that was just, it was like, they're just bigger than life, and then the crowd, the pop that Ardy had in there was,
and the
he
power,
had such a crowd.
The power that were landing and stuff is like, the bigger guys, it's always easier to knock someone out. So I'm like, someone's going out.
Yeah, because I know Ardy hit the guy a couple of times, and I seen him sort of like,
locked him like
so I think that was a really interesting fight. And then just Ardy having that, he just had like the whole back section was all guys there like yelling and like going for him. So that was a really cool one.
Josh smoked his guy in the first round.
Well, I felt like they were just
swinging.
They were just both swinging from the hip. His opponent would to what I remember would sort of start getting in the swinging match, and then he would like come back to his head and sort of like try and be a bit more technical. And then he would like go back into a few swings, and it was like someone's gonna
fall.
Someone's gonna get, and Josh, clipped him. Looked like it clipped him. I don't know, right on the chin or the temple, but just folded.
I think it was behind. Like it looks like it almost came behind and hit. Like I don't know.
Just folded.
So many fights you watch, but from memory, it was like that. And even Josh said, "I'm so glad it finished when it did because I was knackered." Like, you see that it was a lot.
We had the black eye because so he'd been hit, obviously with a hard shot because that blew up straight away. So they were both like, they were going for it. That one, that was like pretty fire. And then
I'll tell you, Elijah impressed me. Yeah, like his skill set and just the way he was landing shots and just mixing everything. It was really good.
In the altar, I said to him one day, I said, "Oh, you've trained jiu-jitsu before?" And he's like, "No." And I was like, "Oh." And I didn't really I seriously thought he'd done something before. And, it was like halfway through the altar or something. And he was like, "No, I haven't." So I was like impressed with that. And then that was a great fight.
There's a few guys who thought a bit more training, you can get like an amateur fight. You know what I mean? Like it wouldn't take a great deal more training to like get you to that level.
Yeah.
Bruce was really good. Bruce was good. Like, he was landing his shots, uppercuts and stuff like that, and he was using his footwork really well. That was a good fight, back and forth with the other Josh. Who else was good? Irwin's was great. I mean, he was like Floyd Mayweather all over, like making the guy miss.
Well, that was Irwin and Sonny. They had a good. That was a good matchup. That was a good fight. That was sort of like a bit of everything in that one. So
Sonny was landing some good stuff, and then Irwin was like making him miss a few times, and it was back and forward. I think it was a really good match.
Yeah,
that one. That was good. I was trying to make it a matchup like the best I can, where it was like quite even, not like, you don't want mismatches and people getting hurt. And even like Fran against Karen was like a good match. Both got to get, obviously we'll speak to Fran in a minute, but like both got them to be able to have a match and get in the cage for the first time.
And it's funny.
Ben against Daniel was funny because they were trash talking each other beforehand.
Yeah, that was funny. Yeah. Well, Daniel messaged me because so obviously Ben clipped Daniel and dropped him, and then so he was just like, Ben was just like over the moon, still trash talking after he's like beaten him. But for whatever reason, it wasn't malicious. It was just he was just so like hyped, and we're like,
I had to say it to him. I said, like, it's all right before, but nah,
calm down.
Yeah.
And then when Ben came into class on Tuesday and we were rolling, and Harvey was filming, and so I just tied him in knots, like whooped him, and submitted him with the muffler, submitted him with 2 bow and arrow tricks where I picked him up off the ground, walked him around. Anyway, we put all that all over social media. He's like a great sport, Ben. He was like going off, and then Daniel messaged me. And he's like, yeah, you get him, coach, you get him. And I said, don't worry, mate, I avenged your loss. And he's like, thank you. Like, yeah, it was pretty. They're both good sports.
So who else was on there? I'm trying to remember everyone that was on there.
To be fair as well, Daniel hadn't done any MMA. I don't think he'd only been doing striking. No,
he did some PTs with Kev and stuff like with takedown, but
just
it's different. Just doing bits and pieces. Like if you're doing it all the time, it's like much easier to do. And obviously Ben was going for the takedowns as well as mixing it in with the strikes. And then Kelvin impressed me against Naham, and it was a good little match as well. I didn't know how everyone was going to perform.
They were all great. It's all good.
Like
Josh Tiva did well. Like
he was against he was against Bruce, wasn't he?
Yeah. So they all did good. Karen and Fran, we got to the corner and Courtney was just like hanging off of me, like just, she's like, like she was so stressed for that one. Yeah. And I was like, okay, this is going to go 2 ways. Fran is going to hit Karen and then apologize for hitting her because she's so nice. Fran's so nice. If you ever know Fran, she's always saying sorry for everything or thank you for everything. So I was like, she's going to be like hitting her and then apologizing. And Karen also had the issue of just not believing in herself and her skills that she knows. Like, you've got a certain amount of skills that you've learned over this time. They are what they are.
Because you might not fire. You know what I mean? Like,
I would find that with her in class, she would always say to me, like, I don't know what to do from here. I'm like, you do know what to do. I'm not going to come and show you because otherwise it's just always me showing you.
Yeah.
Just do what you know. You do know, just do it. And then, so that was like an issue with Karen. So I was like, it can go 2 ways. Fran's going to apologize and Karen's going to feel like she doesn't know what to do. And that didn't happen. Yeah. They both didn't do that and they both fought.
Yeah.
Like they both. Good. So that I was like super happy with that, Like I said, I think, like I said to Courtney, it was just like best case scenario, 3 full rounds, great fight. They both went out because you never know. Some people can be training, and then once they go into the competition arena, they can be great in training and just not switch it on, not be able to produce in the competition. And other people might not be that great in training, but then they produce in the. You never know what it's going to, like you were saying.
That's why it was a big intriguing weekend because I didn't really know. They had debut guys who were having like amateur fights. There was guys having the exhibition bouts in the altar, and I didn't know really how they were going to perform. Like I knew what the skill sets were, but when you get in there, it's a whole so I'm sat on the side. I'm like, I wonder what's going to happen.
Even like you said, like
and then when they started doing it, everyone performed.
Yeah.
Everyone pulled it out. So it was really impressive weekend. It was good. He had some wins, had some losses, like the usual. A lot of people on going in there fighting. Everyone from the gym helped out. Like everybody was asking to help. Everyone was coming down. Kev flew over east for me. Cam took time off to just go on corner for me here. Came in on the Sunday as well.
Just wrapped hands.
Yeah,
Cam just wrapped hands for hours. He didn't even. I think he made it to the corner for one.
Well, there's 4 of us wrapping hands, and we banged most of them out. There's only about 4 left, and then we left him to do it because we had to go on corner. But he was obviously making them really nice.
Yeah. But I think he only made it to one fight to corner. Yeah. And then, so it was just me and Courtney in one corner and you and Shay, which was great. You got Shane to help. Yeah. So you and
she loved it. She said she's got heaps of experience. Yeah. She never wrapped hands before. I taught her to wrap hands. It was like a learning curve for her. It was a perfect opportunity to get like a heap of different hands and just try. And they were getting better as she was going. And then to be in the corner and just listening, she goes listening and learning and how to perform in the corner and stuff. So she said it was really, really, really well worth of doing it, you know. So yeah, and all the guys backstage did a wicked job getting everyone ready. Like they had Lockie and Harvey and Dylan and all the Caleb, all the guys backstage. There's heaps of them backstage. And they were all like doing the jobs and getting everyone ready. And it came out, they had the towel, they had the mouth guards ready and everything ready to go. Maybe just out there the whole time. So the fact that we all came together was pretty damn good because I wasn't sure how it was going to work.
Yeah.
We had the conveyor belt of 4 of us like wrapping hands, just smashing them out.
And then once we were cornering, it was just...
Yeah, bum, 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 bum.
You're just out the back and then you're straight back out again.
I was a bit concerned when I first originally gave you the job of writing down who was in each corner and then you started to print it on a different paper.
He kept changing it up on me. So.
And then he would like do it on the computer and then he would print it out and I was like, what are you doing?
I just wanted it to flow smooth, you know. Yeah. And then you changed it on me anyway because Cam didn't come out and Harvey wasn't allowed. So
that wasn't my fault.
It all changed, and then it was just because you were like mix it up so everyone gets. Yeah. But it just ended up being it worked fine, like just me and Courtney and you and Shay, and then obviously me, you and Courtney for the ones where we were on a different gym. But yeah, like you were saying before, what I do in the corner, I think there's just. I don't like it when there's like 3 people yelling in the corner or like even 2 people yelling in the corner because I know what it's like when I'm competing. I just want to hear one voice. I don't want to hear all these different people saying stuff. So that's why I mean,
it's okay if someone's repeating something what you're saying. And again, it would be hard for me. I'm taking the lead in the corner now and I'm mostly going to be the lead of me shouting with who's had the most experience in an MMA corner. But I've been in corners helping other guys out from different gyms and I'll sit back and I'll just whisper in the ear and I'll just say, I think they should be doing this. And if they ask me to, I'll speak up. But you're having 2 or 3 different people shouting different things and the person in the cage is like, what the hell am I supposed to do?
Yeah, they can barely hear. They can barely keep it together as it is and understand and do what they're told to.
And it's hard to stop yourself. Like you said that you want to shout and you want to say stuff. But you understand that it's not about you. No. It's not about me. It's about the person in there and what's best for them. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
a lot of the time, like, and even like I said, if I'm in the corner and you're in the corner and it does go to the ground, it's like, I want to like start yelling then, but it's like, I'm not going to know, I don't know any more than you. So I just let you go and I might just say the same thing you're saying, but in a different way. And then sometimes I think even Jed, you yelled at him like, he thought he did it straight away, which is funny, but you were yelling for the takedown for, it felt like ages. Yeah. And then I was like, I'm going to start yelling too now, so, and then I started yelling. Just sometimes it just comes through, you just hear, the two or even in a different word. Yeah. And then that gets through and then they do it like, so
I might doing just the thing that they want you to do. Yeah. But we were saying to him, we was working level was like the cue to take down, to go down, that change that level, get underneath.
It was just funny because at the end of the fight, at the end of the fight, he was just like, he was like, yeah, I was listening because when you said level, I like went for the takedown. I was like, yeah, it was like a minute of him yelling, it's just,
I was just like, level.
But and then obviously you just be quiet and learn as well. So like, just be quiet, listen to you, learn. When we go in the cage, I'm just quiet, listening to you, listen to Courtney. Sometimes I've got something I want to say and I just sort of like, I'm like waiting. And then right at the end, I try and like put that in, I just noticed something. I think it was Anthony's fight. He was kept getting to the body lock.
Yeah.
You've got so much to tell him, but I just noticed he was just like getting to the body lock, standing, and his elbows were like wide. And so when he was trying to like take him down or move him around, there's just too much movement there.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, all I want to say is like, and I just trying to wait. And then right at the end, I'm like, you get that body lock because it's something he's doing.
Yeah.
Just tie it on the elbows, make that tighter. Like that's my one little piece I just want to put in because it's something simple that he was already doing. And then
you want to be in the corner, maybe 2, maximum 3 things. Like you want to tell them like any more than that, it's like too much.
Yeah,
it's like too much to remember. And even now, occasionally I'll get him to relay it back to me because I'm thinking, are you listening to me? Like what did I just say? I mean, throw the jab low kick. Okay, yeah, sweet. Listen.
I know a lot. Like we're now, I don't even know how many MMA fights now I've cornered. It's like it feels like heaps now. It's like adding up plus jiu-jitsu matches. It's just must be so many already. But that's the thing I notice is that job in the corner is trying to get them to listen to you as well. Like when you're in that 1 minute, a lot of the time they're not listening. Like I've seen, people who've dropped in their head and you're like push their head back to try and get them. And then when you're not here and I'm competing, I sometimes have to do that to myself. Like I lose a match, I still got another 4 matches or 3 matches or 2 matches. And then I have to be like, okay, I have to go to those times where I see you, coach, or when you have, and you're like, you're still here, you've got 2 more matches. That one's gone. Like you need to have like a short memory almost. Like forget that. And then
it's fresh start.
Yeah.
Because you can do really well here.
Yeah, so. You can, even if you've just got smoked or lost that round or whatever, lost that match. Yeah. It doesn't define the next round or the next match.
I mean, look at the comp you went to the States. Like, I mean, you got a couple of losses, but then you went away and then you won the States on one of the divisions. You know what I mean? Like, so it doesn't matter like what you've done before. Like, you just got to keep going and get in there. I mean, we've got that coming up in Japan. We've got Worlds in Japan. We've got that, and I could get 1 match, could get 2 matches, could whatever. Like, it's just there getting experience and just. Hopefully you get a couple. Got gi and no gi. So
gi and no gi, Japan. Yeah,
just got to keep training.
looking forward to that. I think, I'm learning like from just competing more and or even all those you lose or draws, keep getting draws, and then it's funny what you learn. Like you just sort of, okay, what can I take away from this? What do I need to try and implement and just keep, and you might keep losing a bunch. Like it felt I hadn't had a win for a while until I won states, and that's hard. Like it's not great fun. Like when you keep like losing or even draws. I kept getting a lot of draws at black belt and stuff, and just that little win just helps you like elevate you a little bit, makes you feel okay. I'm not that bad,
But then it can actually go worse the other way because you got a few of the guys in here are smoking everyone. They're going through people, and then they suddenly get a loss. But they've been like killing everyone, and they take it really to heart. And it's like, well, these guys have lost before. Yeah. But it's been towards you know what it's like to lose. You know what it's like to win. But now you just all these wins, and you're doing really well and easily. Now you get a loss. It's how you're going to deal with it. Yeah. How you're going to come back from that loss, and how you're going to take something away from it. And there's heaps you can take away from a loss, regardless of if it's 1 round, 2 rounds, 3 rounds, if it's 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever it is, you can take a lot back from that and really analyze it and think, okay, I'm going to take this away, I'm going to use this, but then this one I'm going to like throw it to the wayside now. I don't need to think about it anymore. I'm just going to move on. Yeah. And that you need to have them losses, I think, just to make you better. Because I think you don't really learn a lot from winning. Winning's wicked. It's really good, and there'll be bits you take away. But it really sticks with you when you lose, and you go, man, I'm never getting caught there again. Yeah, yeah, and then you got to put the effort in, because I see some guys losing, and know why they lost, and it's like, all right, if I was them, I'm smashing that. Like especially that particular area, I'm smashing that. Another one, and they just seem to go by the wayside and still do the same thing they always do, and I'm like, I can push you and I can guide you, but I can't make you do this. I can't make you do what you need to do.
I think that's like I've been jumping back in and sparring like lately, the striking and the MMA, and it's a big deal for everybody. As soon as I'm sparring, everybody wants to try and make up for all the submissions I put them in and want to take my head off. But everyone's like, oh, why are you sparring at the moment or whatever? And I'm like, well, I don't love it. I'm not comfortable there. I feel like I'm a white belt, but I do it because of that, right? So I'm not great here, but you just got to, I can do jiu-jitsu and like beat everyone and feel amazing. That's great. I feel awesome. And then trying to take myself and put myself outside of my comfort zone and do something I don't necessarily enjoy or feel comfortable with and I'm not that great at, but try and be comfortable there and get better. Like
and it's a good avenue to get your fitness up as well. Like I think just like you don't have to do jiu-jitsu all the time. I think it can supplement other types of training to help you get your fitness up and just keeps it interesting and fun. Yeah, everyone's like super keen because like you're doing it. Oh shit, James is sparring. You know, like if I ever jump in for sparring and stuff, oh, Steve's jumping in. It's like a big deal. Like it's just fun to be in there, part of the whole thing as well. You know.
Yeah, it's funny. Like I went with Kev last night, and he's just I can tell. Like, he's just toying with me like I'm a white belt, and he's like a black belt. You know, and then it just feels so weird being back in that position because that's what I do to people. In jiu-jitsu. And then knowing that that's where I'm the, like, you know, the learner, and then he's just going easy on me and letting me work sort of thing. And to know that in my mind, because I'm a coach and I do that, it's so weird, but you just got to accept it and be like, okay, cool, you know, like this is good. Like I'm learning, I'm getting to train and stuff and then get my cardio up. And
this is helping you work, like it's not just trying to smash it.
Nah, until he hit me with the body shot at the end and he waited till the last 6 seconds and then got me with that. But I try to get to the beginner's side, but nobody lets me. Everybody wants everybody wants some of these hands.
Yeah, nobody wants the smoke.
And then it goes to MMA, and I'm like, hey, cool. Now here we go. Like, the kickboxing. It's like I really feel outside of my comfort zone. But once we go to MMA, at least we got the options of the takedowns, or they might take me down, which I'm happy with as well. I prefer. I'm fine. I'm like,
please take me down.
I'm fine with that. Which is, I feel is funny because then I can focus more on my striking rather than. I think if you're doing MMA and you don't want to get taken down, right? Maybe you want to stay standing. You're constantly worrying about the shots and stuff. Whereas I'm just like, I'm. It's okay if you put me on my back. It's okay. I'd prefer to be there than standing. So, so I don't need to worry about it. So I can actually focus more on my striking.
Yeah, because if they take you down, who cares? Like, you know, you're going to be fine.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, it's good. It's good. And then again, we've got lots of things coming up. We've got lots of events. Nothing we can release just yet because they haven't been released by the promotions. But there's some big fights coming up. It's going to be a busy few weeks, few months even. We're going to be going over to Japan in September. We've got someone coming. A lot of things we can start releasing once we're allowed to. But it's going to be a massive few weeks. But we're going to start bringing the Alta guys in, and we'll have a little word with them today. And we're back with Fran. How are we doing, Fran?
Good.
So Fran was one of the replacements for our Alta series. We didn't have enough females, meaning that we had one female for the Alta. So we got Fran to jump in, and she kindly jumped in and did a fight for us. How did you find the whole process?
It was really good fun. It was weird how I was thinking, it's 8 weeks away, and then I was like, oh shit, it's next week. But no, thanks for the opportunity. It was really good fun. I think everyone had a really good experience. Yeah.
So for people who don't know you, obviously from the gym, most people will know you. But for those who don't know you, can you tell us a little bit about why you got into martial arts and how long you've been doing it for?
I still say it's Courtney's fault because Courtney and I have known each other since we were little, and I saw her about 4 years back, and she was telling me about the gym, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'll just go along. And then ever since then, just became hooked and addicted to the sport, and it's been really good. I think physically, mentally for me, everyone's awesome here. So still.
Did you do any sports before?
No, I did a little bit of roller derby training, and that was about it. I never really played. And then apart from like walking, I was actually quite lazy. A little bit of softball in high school, but
a little bit what?
Softball in high school.
Softball. I thought you said soft porn. I was like, what the hell?
This is what we're going to put up with. His mind's in the gutter. Sorry,
I couldn't hear what you said.
Fran, I apologise. Fran. He needs a handler.
So did the roller derby help with any of your striking and jiu-jitsu? No, not at all.
I wouldn't mind getting back into it actually, because it was good fun.
You're good at roller skating then?
Not at the moment. Like once you've done something for a little while, I think.
But you're half decent. You can roller skate.
Yeah, I can roller skate. Yeah, I got a pair at home, but I've had them for a year and I haven't put them on. So I might just go around the neighbourhood and with a helmet on and a mouth guard.
Boxing gloves.
New niche.
Yeah.
But you're not lazy anymore then.
No, I'm not lazy anymore.
Always training.
It's good. Yeah, it's really good.
'Cause when you first started, you were quite like
Awful.
sporadic with your training. Like you said, like you like train a bit and then not a bit and then train a bit.
Yeah.
And again, you're traveling a bit of a distance to come and train. But over the last, say, like a year, you've been super consistent and then obviously seeing it in the progression and being able to like do a jiu-jitsu comp.
Yeah, that was fun. I've done 2 now. So yeah, that was actually really good fun. I wouldn't mind doing another one in November. I think it is for SGT. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind doing another comp because that's actually, really, really good fun. And all the girls are really nice. They're all just mates after, which is good.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, the more you can get in front of people when you're doing like competition, I think the better you're going to perform when you like get to, because I think your major goal is to do some kickboxing or some MMA. Obviously you've done the exhibition bout, but like do like an amateur bout as well. Yeah.
I'd love to do that, like whatever you let me do, to be honest.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, thank you for letting me have the opportunity on Sunday, because I think doing the jiu-jitsu comps and the interclubs, that definitely helped with Sunday.
Yeah.
Because I definitely was, like I've said, I was worried I'd go full spaz or something, and just I think it helped a lot doing them already for Sunday. So
when you thought about doing the fight,
Yeah.
how did it compare to the actual feelings and everything else about the fight? Did it compare to how you imagined it would feel and how you would perform and everything else? Did it match up, or was it very different?
That's a really good question, actually. Definitely on the day it was kind of like, what's going on, especially when I was in there. It was like this is crazy, like this is weird, and then the warm-ups. But I felt good. So I don't know. I guess I didn't really know what to expect because I'd never really been in there. I was just like, okay, we're just going to... I think it was harder because me and Karen, like I love Karen, and it was hard because you already know the person. And I don't know if that's better or worse. And then we're trying to not do... Like say hi to each other in the gym, but then try not to kind of partner up with each other too much in the gym leading up to it. I don't know. So I don't know if that makes it even... like a different experience to someone that you wouldn't already know, if that makes sense. So I didn't really know what to expect, just of what people have told me, and tried to
and again, I think that's what it is. That you don't know what to expect, but then a lot of the guys in the gym who have their first fight, they have a pre-formed idea in their head is how they're going to perform, what they're going to do, how they're going to feel, and it's usually very, very different in reality. So that's what I'm saying. A lot of people are interested in like how you actually felt going in. Were you nervous?
Yeah.
How did you overcome it? What was the most nervous part about it? The walkout, everything else? Like, just break it down for us.
I was definitely nervous, especially a couple of weeks leading up. I just tried to keep myself, I think, pretty busy, come to training as much as I could. It was great to have the opportunity to do like the fighters training and just come in as much as I could. But yeah, I was definitely nervous, but I was really excited. Like I started to get really excited. And then when we were at weigh-ins actually getting that cage, I was like, yeah, this is going to be great. Like, and have a lot of fun, and, you know, talking to everyone here as well. Everyone just has such a great time. So I think I was more looking forward to it, and then each week went by and I was like, oh crap, it's actually like leading up to it, and then I was like, am I ready? Like, and then I'm like, am I ever going to feel ready? So I just just did what I could, but yeah, I was definitely, I think a week I was starting to feel like tired and nervous, and was like, am I doing enough? And just so I'm hoping they're all like normal feelings. I'm hoping for everyone.
And when you were in there, did it feel how did it feel compared with normal sparring?
It just kind of, everyone just kind of disappeared. It was just me and her, and I was giggling because I was nervous. And so very different to normal sparring because it's so kind of like open and everyone's around, whereas this was just you and one other person, and it just went so fast. And it was definitely a bit more full on than sparring. So definitely different, but still a really, really good experience. I remember you came over to me and you're like, you know, have a little chat with me. I'm like, yep.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. Maybe what did it feel like in between rounds? Because that's probably like a new experience, right? Sitting there in the cage in between rounds. I think you had Stephen Shea in your corner, and myself and Courtney were in Karen's. So what was that like in those minutes between?
It went so fast. I just remember Steve being in front of me talking to me, and then I felt this ice on my back, and I was like, okay, well, Shay's there. And it was just so weird. And then next minute we were like back in there. It was so fast. And I think I was just in my own head, like concentrating. So I was like could see that you were talking to me, and I was trying to like talk back, like speak to you, and like even when you guys were in the corners, and it was just like a completely new experience. So just. Yeah, I think I was just very much in my own head, like, okay, we're going to keep going. Like, I'm okay. I feel gassed, but I'm going to keep. Like,
you listened very well. Again,
like, good. I didn't go full.
When you're in the cage, and a lot of people like realize that they're hearing what we're saying in the corner and they're doing it, and some people think, oh, I didn't hear what you said, but you're doing exactly what we're telling you to do at the right times, and so you are hearing what we're saying. So like very subconsciously, like you are going, I'll shout a combination out. You did the combination. I'm telling you, move away. You moved away, and so like you listened really well. Thanks. But like you might not know that you were when you were in there, if you know what I mean.
I remember I tried to get her against the wall, and then I was like, this isn't working. So I had and you were like, body lock, so I'm trying to get my hands around the body. I'm like, I wanted to go. I'm listening to you, but I am listening.
I'm trying
because it happens a lot in sparring or in training. You're like, do this, do that, and I'm like, I just can't respond because I'm concentrating so much on like, okay, I'm going to try and get this, this grip or this position or whatever. And at least I'm not turning around going.
Yeah,
don't look at me,
Stephen. Help me. I think a few times I probably look back like I'm so gassed, like just gave a look to you, but no, it was awesome. So yeah,
there's something you want to do again.
Absolutely, yeah. Whatever you'll let me do.
Yeah, well, we'll get some plans.
That'd be sick.
Get some up and coming, like an amateur event.
Yeah,
we'll get something in there. How did you think she went?
Yeah, great. I mean, it was awesome. I think. Best case scenario in one sense, just because they're both from our gym, and obviously we like them both, so it's you want them both to do well. And
I just wondered why you asked to go on the opposite corner. I wanted him in our corner, and he said no, I don't really want to be in Fran's corner. So I don't know why. Why did you choose to do that?
And why was I yelling, knock her out, Karen, knock her? No. Yeah, I think so. To me, I was like, I worked out perfectly, like best case scenario. They got 3 full rounds in. Yeah. It was back and forwards. There was a bit of, like they were on the cage. One had the upper hand, and then they sort of turned it around and then, finished the fight. And Fran obviously got the decision win.
Yeah.
But I think that was great, like for both of you, because I think you wouldn't, even though in that third round you were coming out, Fran was coming out firing in that third round. Like,
so funny.
You were switched on then, just like, yeah. But I know you would have felt, if either of you had heard each other or anything like that, say, you would feel bad afterwards because, like you said, you both like each other and you're friends. So you got a great competition, and I think it was like best case scenario. It was great. It was a great matchup. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a strange one when you do know someone.
Yeah.
Like, this is a very, surreal thing. Like, the guys are gone for 20 weeks training. Last time they fought all against each other, and it's the same sort of this time. There was people within the gym I had to use to then get them matches. But again, she got a match, she got the opportunity and got the experience. You got the experience to get in front of someone, so it all worked out really well at the end. I think it was only one finger injury. she did a finger, didn't she?
Yeah, but she did it warming up.
Warming up, yeah.
Warming up.
It was warming up.
She still went in there. Yeah, she's strong.
Harvey, but it was from a sprawl, she said.
Oh, right,
she just sprawled and then fractured her finger. So but she didn't know at the time, obviously.
She's a strong girl. She's awesome. Yeah, she got me quite good. I had a nice little bruise here, and I was like, oh shit. She got me good quite a few times. I was like, oh god. I just tried to come, back at her. Yeah, Karen's awesome.
So for your time at the Wolves, then, what would you say that you've taken away from so far? Has anything changed in yourself from the trend that you've been doing?
Confidence.
Confidence.
I think confidence is a big thing for me. Yeah, and my mental health as well. So I feel like it's helped a lot in that sense, just to kind of, because my go-to is just crying. Like, we all know that. I was like, I'm going to cry. Like, we all know that. Yeah. So,
Steve's as well. You guys don't see it. Why do you think he's got his own room?
I cry on the inside.
He's sick of us. He just goes in there.
I haven't even got a seat. I have to stand there and cry.
He doesn't have a seat in there. Stand. Sometimes I walk in, he's just
stood in the wall like Blair Witch. Like So confidence, yeah?
Confidence, definitely. Even, it was funny, like my sister went over there she's got a newborn, and like I was talking to her, she's like, even Josh, so her husband was like, your sister's so strong, and I was watching her going, oh yeah, I am, like how much, like my body's changed completely, like I'm 35 this year, I should not be doing this, but I'm ready to keep going, like something's like wrong with me, hey? Like, I'm like, let's keep going, let's see how far we can take this, like, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It just goes to show you can do anything, like, but also, like my body's going, what are you doing? Because, you know, I work a lot. I'll come in my pink scrubs. I've worked a whole day and I'm still like, but because I do live far away now. So I'm like, I do as much as I can. And thank you for staying back so I can have a shower, like, you know, because then I don't want to drive home gross. Like I think it's just mentally, it's being like, you can do it. And keep going. Like I feel like I'm, you know, on the right track. I can't just stop now. So I think in the last year,
you've really come into your own, like with your training. Like, because I think just from the consistency, again, just from being able to listen. I mean, sometimes you're not going to listen. You totally ignore what we say, but most of the time now you listen and you like try and implement. You know, you're not going to get everything because no one is going to get everything, but you're going to implement what we're saying to you. And even under pressure, like with the jiu-jitsu comps, with the altar that we did the other day. So it's just trying to like take little incremental steps and then go to an amateur fight and then see how you perform there and see how you work. And there's going to be setbacks, but as long as you enjoy the training. You know, which is good.
Definitely.
Yeah, and if you've got more confidence.
Yeah, it's nice that you know, everyone's kind of bearing with me too, like especially doing the fighters classes, because they're all, you know, they've already had quite a few fights each, and I'm like trying to still figure stuff out. So everyone's been really patient with me.
No, but you were good, like from what you were to now, you're a good training partner. So even the kickbox people seek out for you to hold pads for them. Like they'll go, no, I'd rather have Fran than so and so. Because you've got that skill set now, so
it's really nice.
Yeah, so you're obviously a good big part of the gym and doing really, really well, and hopefully we'll get you something within like the next 4 years. No, we'll get something soon.
I'm gonna go use your room to go cry now.
Yeah, there's too many tears on the floor.
Yeah, you'll slip over if you try.
Yeah. So before we let you go, I just wondered, is there anything else you want to say? You want to say about the gym or anything, or you want to say about what you want to do in the future?
Just thank you. Like, thanks for the opportunities, and thanks everyone for training with me and supporting me and the encouragement. It means a lot. It means a lot more than people think. So, and I just want to keep going and come back in tomorrow and do some more training in the morning.
Awesome.
Just keep going and just see how far we can take it, because we've got such a good team here. We all just kind of lift each other up, and it's great. It's actually really, really good. So there's nothing. I don't think there's anywhere else like this gym. It's really important. I think.
That's good.
Thanks.
All right. We'll have a chat with Lee next.
Awesome.
Thanks, Fran.
Cheers.
Yeah. And we're here with Lethal Lee Higman. How we going, mate?
Yeah, not so bad.
Good.
Yeah.
And you had your fight on the weekend, the Altar?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just take us back to not the fight. We'll talk about the fight in a little bit. But let's talk us back to the training and why you wanted to do the Altar training and what made you decide to do it, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, look, I hit the ripe old age of 40 4 years ago now. And
You're 40?
I'm 44.
That's me next year. That's next year.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, continue.
So I just wanted to sort of challenge myself, really. I didn't think I was going anywhere. You know, a father of two, you know, a husband, and kind of just settled in life. So I just wanted to challenge myself and do something for myself outside of the box, really. So, I started with Muay Thai, local gym, just doing some Muay Thai for about 6 months, just learning the fundamentals and stuff. And wanted to take it a bit more serious, so looked elsewhere and found this place and really enjoyed it. So, and then it wasn't too long before I seen the poster on the wall, just to the left of me, with the Altar program. Done a bit of research and thought, this is my moment. I always wanted a fight at some stage, whether it was a ring, cage, it didn't matter. This was something that I just wanted to do, and I spoke to you about it. Obviously, I'm a FIFO worker, so I knew I couldn't put 100% into it, but we had a chat, and you said, you still probably could be good enough to put half of it and still, have your fight, and I guess tick your bucket list. It's one of my bucket lists. So
yeah,
that's
So then obviously you signed up for the altar and did the training. How did you find the altar training? Obviously because we would start real fundamentals at the beginning.
Yeah, that's right. So I'd previously had that 6 months. So I guess the first sort of 5 to 10 weeks were running back through all that stuff again, which, you know, it's good. You're still sharpen up on stuff that you should be, even till this day, even after this fight, you know, the jab, the cross, the hook, you still haven't got it down, like perfected it. So it's still good to revisit it and see how it's actually done and keep practicing it. So it felt like it was a little bit like, what's the point in the first 5-10 weeks? But you also got to look at the course as well, and it's designed from what Couch to Cage is how it's advertised. So essentially it's, you know, it's for someone that really probably never thrown a punch before. So, you know, you've got to take it back to the
Plus,
the
it's
basics.
for people who've done like no striking, no jiu-jitsu, no wrestling. So you didn't jiu-jitsu and wrestling before?
Nope.
So that's what I'm saying, that bit you would have had to do.
Yep.
So like we have to like really focus on like, how do you stand? How do you punch? How do you move? How do you do a hip escape? You know, so you got to go through everything.
Yeah, exactly right. And ultimately it was the wrestling that that failed me in the end. But I probably didn't practice that enough, neither the wrestling for the fight. But the jiu-jitsu, because I work a 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, I actually part of the jiu-jitsu club up there. So I sharpened up a bit on that for that level of competition. But of course, the jiu-jitsu is fine, but the wrestling's kind of comes before the jiu-jitsu. So it was good. I enjoyed the whole thing, and I'm glad I did it. But yeah, I kind of missed half of it, so and it kind of showed on the night, I guess, maybe.
And you went just before, like obviously when we finished the altar program, you went over to Thailand for a few weeks.
I did, yeah. So that was, you know, you said before, minimum sort of a 4-week training camp. I did a 2-week training camp. It was a panic camp, I think, looking back now, because I hadn't had any kind of training camp right up to it, and it was 2.5 weeks to go before the fight, and I panicked. And I thought, well, the only sort of thing I'm going to hone in on and totally focus on is if I go away. So I decided to find an MMA-based Muay Thai boxing camp. But when I went there, you know, the Thais, they're predominantly Muay Thai based. Yeah. So there was a lot of striking, which held in good stead for the fight too. I think that sharpened up my jab for a start. But the jiu-jitsu the guy was a black belt. He was a good, but there was no wrestling again. That was the point. You know, that was the bit that I hadn't really practiced too much. So. And ironically, it's what I needed in that specific fight I had.
Well, I would say just for the third round, that was it really. And then you did a little bit of a mistake, and then then you got your taken.
I would like to know what was your mindset like? What do you think? Because I know what Steve thinks about like your fight in particular, but how did you think you felt coming? Like just right there on the day, out the back, and then into the fight, and maybe once you were in the fight, can you remember like how you were feeling mentally?
Yeah, definitely. Leading up to the fight, I'd listened to a lot of people that had a fight before, and one thing they said, the hardest thing to do is to try and keep calm, because you'll probably gas yourself out before you get in there. And that's probably one of the only things I listened to leading up to the fight. Mm-hmm. So I was absolutely so calm. Like even the commentator, if you watch it back, he said both fighters looked really calm, and I felt really calm. Mm-hmm. I felt like I belonged in the cage. Strangely enough, I'd never been there before. Nothing fazed me, and I was ready. So I had no quarrels with the actual, the atmosphere or the situation I was in. I was pretty focused.
And what about once the fight started and you were going, and then say in between rounds?
Yeah, once the fight started and you're focusing on sort of the eyes, and you know you're looking to see him, what he's doing, trying to suss him out, see if he's a striker or what. And I think within the first 30 seconds, I think he took me down, so I realised he was a grappler, and that was my weakest subject that I never even really, take down offences and stuff. I never honed in on any of that stuff. Mm-hmm. So I was kind of trying to think back to the few sessions that I had with Steve on the wrestling here to get back up, and I think I got back up about 3 or 4 times. It was exhausting. Yeah, absolutely, and that's what zapped me in the third round, I'd say. But no, I mean, I felt comfortable in there, and I feel like I had the upper hand. It was that third round, and if you watch it, it was two knees to the ribs, made me squirm and move, and I exposed my back, and he jumped on me.
Yeah.
And that was kind of the end of it, really.
You must have been pretty happy with your performance. I mean, you definitely, from what I remember, you won the first round, won the second round. I thought, oh, he's on his way to just like getting a decision win here, but then just like a little bit of a miscalculation, and then him moving to your back and just taking advantage of it. I think you did really well. Like, I mean, first time being in there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was on the sidelines and I seen you go, and I was like, oh, it looks like you're in your own head. Like, it looked like you were like, is he gonna listen? Like, you look like you totally switched off. But it's hard to tell till someone's in there. You know what I mean? Someone could be in there. It's like one of the lads was fighting over East, and he's very like shut off and quiet as well. I'm like, is he gonna open up? Is he gonna fire? And like, yeah, he both did. So it was good. Yeah. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, I think you did great. But from the, like Steve saying from the outside, so what you're saying, how you felt mentally, from the outside, it looked like you were almost like, you were like shaking your head, like you were like mad at yourself, like stuff. At the end, I don't know if it kind of felt like you were doing it whenever like he would sort of get the better of you, or maybe you're like, even in between rounds, if I remember correctly, it was a bit like you were like, oh, you know, like I stuffed up like that thing or this thing, whereas like you're actually doing great. Like the fight was great. Like Steve said, you were winning, but it was almost like you were like a bit down and picking on like focusing on things that maybe went wrong, or when he did, you know, that's what it seemed like. But you were saying you didn't feel like that, but that's what it looked like from outside.
Yeah.
Instead of like I remember, it was like you're doing great. Like you're killing it, and it was kind of like trying to tell you that you're winning, like you're doing good. It was like almost like you weren't sort of like, I don't know, but you know, like Steve said, it's different.
Yeah, that would tie into my childhood growing up playing sports. I was such a perfectionist. If things didn't go my way, my head would go down. I'd shut off. And, you know, that the game would be lost in my own head. That's probably...
It seemed like a bit of like that was happening in the fight. I know you were definitely like that at the end of the fight, and we were trying to tell you, no, like it was great, you know, like, yeah. At the end, I think you ended up on your back, you were belly down. They said he won by rear naked choke, but it wasn't a rear naked choke. It was just, they stopped for the strikes, which, you know, maybe you could fight out of that position, but obviously for this, they stop everything straight away. So maybe you get back to your feet, who knows, but you know, from our point of view, it was awesome. You know, but it just seemed like you were a bit like,
because we had like what? I mean, how many people fighting? It was like maybe 18 from the gym.
I think we had 18 people.
Yeah, so it was 18 from the gym, most from Alta, some like filling in like Fran and a few of the other guys, and I didn't know how anyone was going to perform. No, because you don't know in the first game for the first time, and some of the guys I was really concerned about, and I was like, oh, I don't know how they're going to go. Hopefully they're all right. Hopefully they're safe. And like everyone went for it. Like everyone went just gangbusters. I was like, wow, that's really impressive. That's really, because you can't tell, because some of them maybe not performing as well in the gym, or just look like they got confidence issues. And it's once they got in there, it was like there was no one really that stood out that what didn't do well. No, you know, someone could get stopped or someone could get beat or whatever reason, but like the fight was good.
Yeah, well, that's not the point, is it? No, so it's like anybody can lose. Like everybody's going to lose at some point. Anyway, and you can even be the better fighter and still lose. You know, so that's not the point. It's like it's whether you you show up and you show out. That's the true. You know, and a lot of the time, sometimes I do notice Steve in the corner in fights can be a lot of the times just trying to get the person to stay in the fight. They might have like won that round, and then for whatever reason they're starting to check out, and you're you're like, you know, you almost like slapping him. Sometimes he does slap him, you know, like give him a slapping around, and it's like, that's the hardest bit, and it's like, no, you're still here, or maybe you have lost that round. You still got 2 more, 4 more rounds, whatever. He's got to try and keep you in there, and you can still win. I think that's probably like one of the hard.
You usually got like a minute in between to like try and change someone's mental state. Like, you know what I mean? Like whether I understand you were checked out, but like just in general. Even some of the fighters, some of the pro fighters, I've been a minute in between. I'm like, how can I switch this? Because they might be doing okay, but how can I switch it so they just start firing or calm them down? And there's just certain things. Sometimes you just ask them a question, and they're not used to it. And like, you ask them a question, and they have to go, "What? What do you mean?" And it's like such an off the cuff question, and then they go, "Oh yeah."
Yeah.
And then it changes the mindset. I remember when I had Kev in the corner once, and he was just firing this. He was throwing a right hand. He was just throwing it. I think he'd been working on it, and he was in the fight, and he's throwing it. He wasn't really throwing anything else. And it seems like that you want to land this right hand, but he wasn't landing because that's all he was doing. And then he came back the corner, and I just went. I said, "Do you know you're not boxing?" And he goes, "What?" I said, "You know this is an MMA fight." And he goes, "Yeah, no." I said, "Where's the kicks?"
Yeah.
I said, "Where's the grappling?" I said, "If you do kicks and grappling, you'll win this next round. You'll win the fight. You'll finish him." And he went, "Oh." And he went out and just finished him. Like, because he went, it's just a realization that you sort of shut in your head. So it could be something that you think you're not doing well, but you're actually doing really well, or maybe you're not doing something we want you to do. So that's what we're trying to do. And again, I wasn't sure with yourself, but you performed really well.
Yeah.
Like, you really did well. And we're shouting stuff out to you. And I don't expect anyone on the first fight to be able to implement a lot of what I'm shouting, because it's so crazy. Yeah. Like, it's so crazy when you're in there, everyone's shouting. It's like you're getting all stressed out. But if I can get you to, like, throw a low kick or breathe, and you see it will go, and just take a breath, and then it's like, oh yeah, forget to breathe. Like, it's just like silly things like that. But again, up until that point, you were doing it, and then you started like almost look like you checked out, made a miscalculation of you getting kneed, but you didn't, and then you got your back taken. And I thought, oh man, if he just keeps moving, keeps fighting, he's gonna win this whole thing. And I think it was only a few seconds left, you know.
Yeah, I know. The weird thing is that before them knees come, and I watched it back again, he had his leg up to stop me kneeing him.
Yeah.
Yeah, his corner said, knee. So right away, I know what he's going to do, but I still let him do it.
Yeah.
And he got 2 good knees in. And even the back bit where I was squirming to fight the hands, which I had, but instead of moving my legs apart to get a base, I kept them together, and he just rode me over, and it's like, oh, man. And honestly, for the last, 3 or 4 nights, I've kept myself up. My jaw's absolutely aching. I'm refighting that fight, and I'm getting out of that position every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
But again, I've had that many a fight, like, for myself personally, and I've been like just laying in bed like, what the hell was I doing? What? I never do that in training, but just that you do something silly, but you'll never do it again. Like, say if you ever did something like that again, or you're doing sparring in here or something, you'll never do it again. Like, you'll learn a million ways to not do that again, because it's gonna stick in your head.
that happens at every level. Like, you know, I always, I finish like black belt jiu-jitsu comps, and then I'm like, I drop back on a straight. As soon as I did the thing I did, drop back on a straight, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you know, and then you just, and you know, I'm thinking Steve's on the side, probably going, what an idiot, you know, like you do it it doesn't matter what level. You zig when you shoot a zag, you make a mistake, you do something stupid that you would never do. It's
And for your first one, as I said, the big takeaway would be it was great. It was a really good fight.
Okay.
Really good fight. I think give it another 20 seconds, you've won that fight. Like, and you've easily won that fight. But just made a mistake, and who cares? And I mean, it's an exhibition bout.
That's what I was.
And you wanted to get in there and just prove to yourself you could do it, and you did.
And you did,
know?
yeah.
Exactly. You know, I had my family there. I had my girls there, 9 and 13. I feel like the last few nights I've earned their respect, you know, like on the different ways they're, you know, the love they're showing me. It's a good thing. It's been a good all-round family thing anyway. So
and 44 years old. I think your opponent was 25. You know, 20 years like difference there, and you got in there and almost won. You know.
Yeah, that's right. And I've got to remind myself, first fight, but you know, it's an amateur fight, so you know, you're gonna make the mistakes. And if I had another one, like you said, I'm not going to make them mistakes again. I might make different mistakes.
Yeah, exactly.
100% make different mistakes, but you won't make that one again. No, I wouldn't have thought so.
No,
anyway.
That's right. So, it was a great experience, the whole thing. Like I said, I only done half of it, but for what I did, I really enjoyed it. So, it was good. It was a bucket list ticked. Whether I'll do another fight or not, I don't know. We'll see.
Well, no, I mean, you've been there, you've done it, you've got the T-shirt, you know, like you did all what we expected from you.
Yeah.
You only did half the course.
Yeah.
You were away for half of it, so like you did amazing, really good.
So what's the plans now for training wise?
So I'm signed up here till January, anyways. So I'll just carry on doing the boxing, Muay Thai, but I'm probably going to hone in on the jiu-jitsu a bit more, you know, because I do that when I'm away. So I'd like to get up some stripes and maybe some coloured belts. So yeah, I'm probably going to do that.
Was that Karate you were saying?
No, Geraldton.
Oh, Geraldton. Okay, someone else was saying.
Yeah. So I think I guess the older you get, the more you maybe transition into jiu-jitsu. I'm not sure, but seems to be the sort of path.
I think you can do it later in life. And like, if you did want to compete, like we're doing, like with masters divisions and stuff, where you don't have to compete with 20-year-olds.
Yeah,
you can compete with the same age as you know.
Yeah, that's right.
Just really big on TRT and stuff.
Yeah. I think even little Ben that fought on the altar. He said to me,
he doesn't like being called Little Ben.
He thought he was gonna. Yeah, he's like a little child. He thought he was gonna. When he first started here, he thought striking was his thing. Like he was gonna be. He was like, yeah, I was coming in to do striking, and then he did the altar, and he's like, I'll do MMA, but striking. And then halfway through the course, he was like, I'm loving jiu-jitsu, you know. And he's like, I think he's like 20 or something, but and so now that it's all finished and he's had his fight, he goes, I'm probably still going to do MMA, but he wants to like go all in on jiu-jitsu. Yeah. So some people just like gravitate towards different disciplines and like things like, whatever you sort of fall in love with a bit.
Yeah, that's it. That's fair enough.
Well, thanks for coming on, and hopefully we'll see you in the future with some coloured belts.
Yeah,
nice. Definitely. Be good.
Thank you,
guys.
Thanks, Lee.
Cheers, mate.